to thank you for the invitation to be here with you. And I think we are sharing a very special moment because in Latin America we are living a very special and significant change. As a Cuban, I am proud and glad to join and strengthen here ALBA Voice for Latin America. It is an opportunity to share with you a few thoughts about the context in which the Bolivarian Alternative for Americas emerged, to highlight some steps and examples, and at the end to summarize what ALBA means for Cuba and Latin America. I am coming from a continent of 570 million inhabitants with a long history of exploitation, colonialism, and neoliberalism, but also a continent with a long tradition of fight and resistance, a lot of its history. In the last 3 decades in our region, the neoliberal model has been applied with more intensity and where a greater harness is felt due to the recolonizing policy of the U.S. through the free trade agreements for Americas. This framework includes the imposition of the idea that improvement and advancement can only be achieved by U.S. domination and by the application of neoliberal model. Such process has been not only a lost one, but also a real disaster that engendered more poverty, more inequality, and deepening crisis. As you realize, recent year has been witness of increased struggles of the people in Latin America. It has been also witness of progressive and left-wing parties that have gained important victories and electoral advance in our country. This wave of change in Latin America is an example as how the neoliberal model and the traditional U.S. domination in our region are being increasingly rejected for our workers and people. It is useful to draw some lessons from this mobilization that have taken place in Latin America, where people, thanks to their mobilization, just in Bolivia, 11 ophthalmologic centers has been created. More than 50,000 Bolivians have been operated, and also more than 5,000 Argentinians and Peruvians now have traveled to Bolivia to leave blindness behind. Cuban medical system has reached the most remote Venezuelan localities, changing the healthcare situation for more than 17 million people. In Bolivia, Cuban doctors have treated around 8 million patients since February 2006. A similar plan is on the way for Nicaragua, Haiti, and other countries. This program not only gives fish, but also teach how to fish. In the next year, around 12,000 medical doctors will be graduated in the region, and they will be able to offer medical care to the great majorities who were previously excluded and marginalized. Education is another priority in ALBA projects. Eradicating illiteracy. It's a continental project that is on the way. Today, the Cuban teaching methods, Yes I Can, is being used in 15 countries. In Venezuela, more than 1.5 million people learned to read and write. And since March 2006, the literacy campaign is taking place in Bolivia, and it hopes to reach 1.2 million persons in 30 months. In fact, the 20,000 Bolivian children that were working in the sugarcane harvest at the beginning of this century, they have been taught how to read and how to write. The creation of the concept of ALBA social movement was also an innovative step forward. They confirmed their support to ALBA principles, and at the same time, they made new suggestions and concrete national projects. They proposed structures to keep regular consultations, exchange, and follow-ups among ALBA social movement and ALBA governments. So there is a way also to build ALBA in the grassroots level. Finally, for Cuba, ALBA means not only integration cooperation and economic benefits, but beyond that, it means to join our resources, our wills and our forces for a big and social humanitarian mission. Today, Cuba and Venezuela has more than 200 joint economic and social development projects approved in key economic and social fields. In 2001, the first cooperation program was around $20 million US. Today, the figure is near to $1 billion US. Cuba benefits from the purchase of Venezuelan oil with preferential price and payment conditions, but these principles were also applied to other countries through regional structures. Cuba is to acquire Venezuelan items and goods that will be on the offer on the Cuban markets with preferential treatment and elevating the living standard of the Cuban population. Cuba, that has succeeded in order to implement social programs and improve social indicators at national level, is now witnessing how this model is multiplying around Latin America. Cuba is also playing a very important role in many programs and missions as part of our long history and tradition of internationalism. It is very encouraging to see how far we can walk and how much we can learn from others in this way. Our doctors, for instance, are supporting developing nations with solidarity and disaster. They are living and working in very hard conditions, but every day they are saving life, they are improving health indicators, they are providing sight to thousands of people, and they are providing direct hopes to millions of people. It's a mutual relation in which patients for the Cuban doctors as white angels, and our doctors return back home human and morally enriched. To conclude, ALBA not only means Bolivarian alternative for Americas, it also means Spanish tone. Meanwhile, ALBA is opening a new history in Latin America, a new page is also bringing a new dawn, a new life, new hope, a new future for our people. Thank you very much.